And now, ladies and gentlemen, karibu sana kwenye show nyingine ya MC Lang Katalang, the influencer. Au sio? Kumbuka tuko ndani ya Mzuko Kibao TV, and all you have to do for us is to subscribe kwa sababu kila siku tunakuletea a lot of amazing news, a lot of amazing, discussions on this panel or on this show pia. Kumbuka niliwaahidi kwamba nitakuwa na mtu mmoja ambaye pia ni amazing sana. Kwa majina yake anaitwa Jevin, Oyoo, Kasam. Lakini pale ambapo anatoka wanamuita comrade. Habari ya comrade?
Niko salama sana. When umesema mimi naitwa Jevin Oyoo Kasam. Alias the Dean of Comrades. Hii jina ya comrade si eti hii jina ya kubatizwa hii. According to how we are associating with the young people across different institutions, more so in Uasin Gishu to be precise.
Speaking of young people, leo unakaa kama sura yako ni safi sana. Unlike the day you were speaking to the president. Ilikuwa ni njaa ilikuwa naongea ama ni wewe ulikuwa unaongea?
No. A comrade is always hungry. That is the assumption of so many people. Comrade, watu wanajua comrade ni mtu ya njaa. But again, one thing I say, it's all about strategy and how you approach people. You can't go to a person who is well off and then you also claim to be well off.
You're right.
You might not be sailing on the same boat.
You're very right. Assuming that thing happened naturally, kuna watu ambao wanafikiria kwamba ilipangwa. Now, was it a calculated move ama ili happen naturally?
So let me first put something clear.
Yeah.
I think the problem with the young people is there are places where there are opportunities. Okay. But shida ni hatuendangi pale. Unaona? Kuna kuangana ka place unajua hapa nikienda will meet so and so. But the young people are so reluctant to go to these places.
Sure.
So me I made it upon myself. Nilisikia the waziri ya usalama, Waziri Murkomen was having a town hall meeting.
Sure.
Jukwaa la usalama. What I did, I mobilized myself, just like a common mwananchi, to go there and give my view. I never knew the whole world was listening. I never knew Kenyans were watching. Okay. Just the same day, it happened that we had the International Youth Day celebration a day before in Uasin Gishu. So what we did, we were the planners. So being that we planned it successfully, young people came. So we were told there is a major celebration where the president, the PS will be there in Kakamega. So what I did, I got interested. Anything young people, you'll always find me. And I always say where people are discussing young people, you'll find me. So what I did, I got a few friends and we went to that place. Nobody mobilized, nobody called me. I've never talked to the president. I've never talked to anybody close to the president. You see, I just went there like an ordinary young person who is also going to tap from opportunities. Watch the exhibitions taking place there.
Jevin, many young people attend presidential functions. Yeah. And definitely, it's been a while since a young man got, such balls to, speak to the president like that.
Yeah.
The president is not a regular guy. He's not the guy you just pick up the microphone and you tell him point blank that A, B, C, D is not going right. What is your bringing like?
Like MC Katalang, let me assure you that I tell people in every platform, my mom raised me well.
Sure.
And everybody who knew my late dad, my dad wasn't a coward, man. I think that's the only important thing I inherited from my father. Because he never left much for me to inherit. What he did is took care of his wives very well and placed them at a good position.
Okay.
So the only thing I inherited is speaking my mind. That is me. Because when you go to a presidential function, you will notice everybody's inflicted with fear, saying that this person will not listen to me. We can never be given this chance. Sure. So what we did, I just told a few young people, please, I want you to back me up because I'm going to speak your mind. Oh, okay. I may want to speak my own mind.
So in short, you're saying that you mobilized comrades to support you whenever you're going to take that mic and speak to the president?
No. I make sure they notice me. You cannot go somewhere and keep quiet. Nobody will know you attack. Where's the end of mahali, and then you keep to yourself. Right. You can't keep to yourself, man. We are grabbing these opportunities. You get? I like the name they have given me lately, the Omba Omba Comrade. That is a very nice name. And I enjoy it. So I was going live today in the morning.
Okay.
And then somebody's like,
Omba
the Dean of Comrades, you've turned into Omba Omba. Then I'm like, bro. Kama siombi bana, you are never talking about me. And if I would have never met the president and ombered him something, they wouldn't have known me.
You're right.
You get?
Yeah, right.
You can't go to a tape. Even my father won't be happy wherever he is. Sure. My father taught me one thing. Whenever you meet a dignitary, do two things. You get? table the interest of those around you,
and table your interest.
then lastly, table your own interest. My father wouldn't have rested in peace if I would have tabled their own interest and forget about myself. That means that self-love begins when I table your own interest. Then at the long last, I also table my interest.
How does your backyard see you right now? I think you're among the very first people to ever shake hands with the president.
People talk about it. People talk about it. You know, when you meet the president, the comrades now believe, that guy is in the limelight. Kuna kakitu, you get like series of texts.
How are you managing limelight right now?
No, I've been on the limelight.
Oh,
I've been on the limelight, so I'm used to the local celebrity. You know, where you go somewhere.
But not to the level of a president.
Not to the level of meeting the president. So what I do, we gamble. I explain to them. I don't run away from them.
Okay.
I don't pick their calls because nilisalimia the president. You see, I might not talk to the president again, but I will have to maintain the same ground that I'm having. What were ground niwasalimie nini.
When I put out your poster yesterday out there, someone told me that guy is not an easy guy. I'm equating him to, I quote, I'm equating him to Miguna. Now people out there trying to equate you to Miguna. Why would they say such?
Because one personality of Miguna is he stands his ground.
Okay.
He does not care who is listening, and I think that's a perspective I've really wanted to inherit. He does not care.
Yeah.
What he does is just he find good words to package what he wants to say.
Okay.
He does not care if it's going to hit you. He does not care how you're going to feel. But as long as Miguna is speaking his mind, that is how it is.
Do you find him a role model?
I not that much, but I admire his personality.
Okay.
I'm the role model here.
You're right.
You see, I remember at a point I used to have a personal meeting with myself.
Sure.
Young people don't have meetings with themselves, and that's where we go wrong.
You're right.
So I was having a meeting with myself, and I was to say, for the longest time, I've been surviving with my father's name.
True.
I knock doors and say, I'm the son of the late Mr. Kasam, the former branch chairperson, Nat, Homa Bay County. And then doors will open. Right. You know, lately, then I told myself, what if now that my father is late,
You're right.
what will I be using to open doors?
You're
then
right.
I started looking for these opportunities so that I can build a name for myself. My friends can also knock doors and say, I'm so-and-so, friend of Jevin, Kasam. And then they say, come in.
Now, Kasam Jr., you must be living as actually your father's legacy, your father's dream. But then again, you look like someone who knows a lot, who has been able to be equipped with so much in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of just what government offices can offer, other than just knocking, what is offered in those offices. What is the trick?
The trick is, I must say this, MC. You see, one thing that is killing the young people, we don't have the information. The few people that have the information are not bringing the information.
Okay.
And this is where the problem is. Allow me echo this through is not part of the question.
No, please do. Please do.
You see, people say, I met His Excellency the President, then he gave me some token, then I decided to support him.
Sure.
Then I said no. I was like, which president in the whole world will be standing before the audience and be telling them the programs that is offering, and even tell them the numbers to dial the USD
Especially
codes.
the Nyota issue.
Yeah. So that everywhere the president steps, he sees a number of young people, then is for you to register to Nyota, dial this. That is the mayor job of our waziri. And the president, because he's concerned with the well-being of the young people, he projects these things. But the problem is here. The president is offering opportunities. True. The government of Kenya is offering opportunities. True. But the truth be told, the opportunities are not enough. And if the young people grasp these opportunities, they are not in a position to tell others how to get to these opportunities.
You're very right.
Now look, a young person is looking for, does not even know their location that is given at the ward level. Ajui, ward yake inapewa pesa ngapi in terms of sports. Okay. And then this person is criticizing the national government. You cannot even criticize your local leadership. And this is where the problem is. Say the MPs are arguing, and you get a number of them are saying they are going to expose the president. True. He bribed them to do A, B, C. True. The problem is not the president. Sure. The problem is not who is bribing who. The problem is the person who is being bribed. You see, if my MP, your MP, your senator, my senator would have stood ground and say, no,
we won't
this
do
is
that.
not okay.
Sure.
We are not going to do it. We would have not gotten to this position.
True.
You see?
Speaking of MPs, I think you brought me to where I wanted us to get to. Now, there's this Kenyan song that says, all my enemies are suffering. I think it's done by BN.
Yeah.
Now, looks like the political wing of it is that, those who were used to impeach Gachagua are now suffering within their own parliament. What is your take on that?
I would have loved to support the former deputy president.
Okay.
But one thing I've noticed again is a guy again who is stable in self-interest. Because if you wouldn't have been impeached as yourself, who would have been the opposition leader? Because the former Prime Minister, His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, joined the broad-based government.
You're right.
Who would have been in the opposition leader?
Sure.
You see? But because his own interest was not respected in the government, what did he do? Wali mtoa.
Sure.
And then that brings me to myself. Me, if I table my own interest, I'm wrong. And even the whole deputy president, his interest was not respected and he left.
David Ochieng was speaking yesterday, and I also saw another MP from Rarieda. What is his name? They were saying that, there was a time when the president needed their help, and then right now the president is out there attacking them. Whose side are you taking? Is it the MPs or the president?
I will definitely take the side of the president. How many MPs do we have in Kenya? How many do we have in Kenya?
Definitely more than 290.
So more than 290, and then you tell me one person can convince all of them to do what they did not want to do. That is they're lying to us. You can't tell me the president can sit them down and then order them to do what they want. They definitely wanted to do what the president wants.
In short, Kasam is saying that our parliament is corrupt.
Definitely, if it is. If they can take the side, the people are also wrong. People are giving the president so many. The president is inheriting so many enemies.
You're right.
For no reason. And I always say the president is like a cow. You get? That is being milked.
Sure.
Ni kama ng'ombe ya kukamuliwa.
Sure.
Kijiji mzima kuna wakukamua, kuna wakupackage maziwa, na kuna wakusupply maziwa. That's why we have the deputy president, we have the waziris. Hawa ni watu wa kusaidia ng'ombe akimaliza kukamuliwa. Their work is to distribute the milk. Unaona?
Yes.
Shida saa zingine si ng'ombe. Unaona? Shida ni wale wenye wanafanya kazi hapa the distribution of the milk.
Okay.
Ng'ombe inaweza toa maziwa ya kutosha. Unaona? Yes. But maziwa haikufikii kwenu kwa sababu mtu ambaye amepewa hiyo authority ya kuleta maziwa kwako amekunywa maziwa yote. Ama ameacha pusi akakunywa maziwa.
So according to you, parliament is a cartel system for hire?
Definitely. Definitely. And one thing the president should do, the only advice, I like advising the president so much.
Suddenly you become the presidential advisor.
I advise the president so much. And at a point, I wish he was listening to me so that he will do what I'm doing. Because I always brag that I'm the only person, the only sober person in East and Central Africa that supports the government of Kenya. You know why? Yeah. Because I tell the government the truth.
Sure.
I tell William Samoei Ruto, I'm your sconch supporter. I'm your believer.
But I have to point out
but I have to tell you, for us to enjoy, I told him, asitukatishie nini, tamaa ya enjoyment ya 10 bila break. You get appetite. Asiharibu nini, appetite yetu ya 10 bila break. Okay. So nikiona nataka kuharibu, mimi nakuja na excellency, wewe wacha, kata hii. This is not going to help us. You get? Because we want the interest of common mwananchi.
Because a section of Kenyans and of course critics of the president are saying that the president is hypocritically fighting corruption. Yes.
No, that is not the case. That is not the case. You see, one thing I've noticed with corruption is corruption is only corruption when you're not there.
Okay.
Corruption is only corruption when you're not there. And I want to tell you the common place where you see people do things and then they blame the president, which again is not okay. Sure. The president is also somebody's father. The president is also somebody's brother. You're right. And then now tell me, MC, how somebody will come. How do you approach your mother, for example?
Definitely you have to cajole and then,
Yeah. Then you don't tell me you go to a public participation and then you call the president some silly names, abuse him, and then you make a demand in the name of a request. True. Even your father, if you want to go to you want to get the parcel of land that is your own inheritance.
Yes.
You kind of treat him with decorum. You get? And that is where we need civic education to the young people. We have the information, you get? But we don't know how to package the information. That is our basic problem. You see there is difference between lobbying. You have to lobby. If lobbying does not work, you get to advocate. Unaona? Before you begin demanding. Unaona? The young people don't want to lobby. They wake up one morning, they are advocating. Then the other morning, they are on the streets.
The fight between the president and the MPs could end in two ways. Either dissolution of parliament could come in, or alternatively, the MPs could move in to impeach the president.
That definitely nobody will accept. The president will not accept to be impeached. I want to advise again the MPs. Through it is not my duty.
Yeah, sure.
My area MP, I'm sorry, I don't mean to advise you. You know me, I'm from two strong sub-counties. You come to Ndiwa sub-county, I'm headed by Martin Peters Owino. You come to where I stay in Langas, Uasin Gishu, I'm headed by Engineer Mkarabati. Oscar Kipchumba Sudi. Hiyo ni moyo ya president.
Na Sudi pia alitoka akasema kwamba rais hapo sasa umetukanyaga vibaya.
Definitely. If Sudi angeanza hivyo kitambo Mkarabati tungeshafika mbali. I want me and Sudi we join hands so that we be the people who tells the government the direction to take. Unaona tuambie mkubwa because we love you and they want you to be proceeding. Kenyans don't like this. Kenyans don't like this. Please do it this way because this is how they want it.
Is this fight to the interest of Kenyans? Or is it just a fight between two people who feel, we are on top of things?
Now the president, the MPs are now blaming the president.
And the president is also blaming the MPs.
You get? That is not the interest of the common mwananchi. These people are not doing what we want. You get? But mwananchi, the same way they sat down as they claim eti president aliwakatisha chini. Hiyo ni upuzi. If they claim the president aliwakalisha chini na kawaongelesha, let them go and sit down again and square their things the same way. They don't need to tell us what they did privately. And that is so stupid of somebody. You do when a deal is not working from your end, now you say you are not part of the deal. You get? That is somebody who is trying to get the interest of the public.
The MPs have said that in totality that we are not corrupt and we are being blamed for things that we didn't do. Do you vindicate parliament?
No, but again, if they're saying they're not corrupt, and the president is saying he's going to produce his own evidence, and the funny thing is, they are not corrupt. You get? But the president in his own hand is saying, the commander-in-chief, when I wish the president will be identifying with himself as the commander-in-chief. So that people will understand the power that is within that position.
True. You have to understand that the executive is executive and the parliament is parliament.
Parliament is parliament. They are two different arms
of government.
You get?
Yeah, true.
But you don't tell me that Kenya is going to go forward if the two arms of the government aren't working in place.
You're right.
You get? So one thing we need to harmonize the parliament and the executive part. Once we harmonize the executive and the parliament to work together, we are going to go places.
You're right.
You see?
You're right.
So that the interest of somebody will not be passed in parliament just because
the primary goal is to fight corruption. We don't really want to know who wins at the end of the day. But let me bring you to the political bit of this. Recently, there was a merger between ODM and UDA. Right now, all the MPs have ganged up against the executive. What is the political turnout of this?
And these things are just happening immediately. They had a conversation. The Kenya Kwanza and the ODM, the ODM team. They came together. They talked. I think what happened was in this discussion something did not come to place. I think during this discussion, kuna ukarabati haikuingiana.
What is the interest?
The interest now. I think that
because I believe that the president has an interest to take care of. The MPs also have their interest to safeguard or to secure.
So if I was to ask you, whose interest, if you are the MP, whose interest will you table?
Definitely, you table the interest of your constituents, the ones that elected into parliament.
That is not what is happening in Kenya. Now let me brief you.
That brings you to another question. If parliament was to be dissolved today and we went for election, do you think those MPs would go back to parliament?
Let me now tell you something soberly. And before I table this, I want to tell you something soberly. If we were to do a fair election, around 20, will go back to that
Oh
house.
my goodness.
Because and this brings me to the topic of discussion that you are talking about today.
Yes.
I really wanted to table this. I think they will not forgive me if I wouldn't have tabled this. Nobody was going to forgive me. That I will walk to Langas without tabling this. I want to talk to the young people.
Yes.
Where's the home camera? This one.
Yeah, this one.
I want to talk to the youths of Kenya at large. You say me I'm tabling my own interest, which I owe nobody an apology for tabling my own interest.
Okay.
If my own MP is tabling his own interest, you get. Yeah. I want to say something. Youths are going to scoop few positions in 2027. Let me shock you. Youths are not going to turn up to vote in 2027.
Why do you say
I thought about it overnight, and this is the conclusion. The enemy of the youth is the youth. That is number
the youth
one.
themselves.
The enemy of the youth is the youth. Because tell me why somebody is going for Langas. 10 youths are going for MCA position in Langas.
I was asking another aspirant the other day.
Because if at all their interest is to table the interest of the youth,
They should unite.
then they should sit down and say Jevin Oyoo Kasam is going for the position of the area MCA in Langas ward.
You're right.
You get, but they are not doing that. Why? Because they are going to table their own interest. Secondly, when you vie as a youth and you don't have the resources, the first people to shine you away, the first people to tell you that you are not capable, those are the young people. Then tell me, how will they gang up behind me in 2027? I have the brains. I have the values to present there as a leader. I can echo my voice to the loudest at the county assembly, and then I don't have resources to back up what I feel, and that brings me up.
Jevin, you seem to be vying for political seat in the coming general election. Anyway, we'll get to that. Now, I'm still insisting. Why do you think that most of the MPs will go home in 2027?
Because they are now not me. Because you see, when now you are tabling your interest every time, you again now become boring. You get, at a point it's also good to tell the common mwananchi this and this and this.
I see when you are an MP and you're seated in parliament when the president was, accusing parliament of certain atrocities. What would you have done, or what would you advise parliament to do in that scenario?
You see now when the president now says, I'm going to bring evidence and make sure they go to, that's where the war began.
Okay.
If you would have said we forgive them, they don't repeat it again, nobody will be talking in parliament.
But no MP would come out
now
and say
when they know the power of the executive. You see now when the president, the commander-in-chief says, we will not only find you, but we'll now make sure that you are behind bars.
This is a war between two arms of government. And parliamentarians are also saying that if you try that, we're also going to bring out the things that you've also been doing. What you've also been doing as president behind the books. Yes.
So one thing I want to say, when two bulls are fighting, the grass suffers.
Okay.
You get, these are all Kenyans.
Okay.
And if they could sit behind curtains and talk about their interests and table it and it works out. Why is it now that we are trying to fix serious issues when the MP are coming up with serious things? Let us be discussing serious things. Let us be implementing projects of the government.
There are a lot of bills that are waiting to be,
Because I always say, and I want to echo one thing the MP for the MP Nyamita says.
Okay.
Mark Nyamita always says, any person who has not worked will go home in 2027. Ngamoko tiyo dedala. That is a common phrase that is always used. And I want to echo this and assure everybody that let us give these people time to do what they feel they should be doing. So that in 2027, if we see they have we check their scorecard. Tunasema 2027 kila mtu anaenda kusimama kando ya vitu zake. Unaona? William Samoei Arap Otieno Ruto akisimama anatuambia mimi William Samoei mimi nasema mimi kama Jevin Oyoo Kasam mimi ndio hiyo na William Samoei Ruto hadi 2022.
Jevin, you have a lot of energy speaking, especially in support of the president. I think probably it's because ulipata kitu mrefu.
No.
Probably it's because you have your own.
I want to evict that.
Allow me ask you before that.
Yes.
Allow me ask you before you met the president, after you met the president, has your attitude about the presidency changed?
I used to support the president.
Or even before?
Even before. I started supporting the president. Are you aware that I was part of the team that was heading Mandamano, the last Mandamano, not this one, Yaija Juzi.
The Raila led or the Gen Z led?
The Raila led.
Okay.
That I was... finance bill ya kwanza.
Bana
go to Eldoret down, they know Eldoret town, they know us by name.
Sure.
We were on the streets. I remember I was the first person to ever ignite fire there.
True.
I came with around 5 people. I walked with my men. You saw them here.
Yeah, I saw them here.
And then we found them loitering around the street. They are still fearing, saying that the police officers
then he took
are
the
around.
lead.
They told them, where? Ruto must go, bwana. Ingeni hapa. Then that's how it rolled. We
So you are one of the biggest critics of the president.
Yeah. One of the I'm talking by action. Everybody from Eldoret will tell you.
Yeah.
Jevin Kasam looked for by DCIs and summoned in several offices.
When did you make a turnaround?
Now let me tell you. I look at there is one thing that the president introduced in his office that I sympathized with him.
Okay.
It's like somebody's putting efforts, but nobody
is seeing.
Everybody around him wants to drag him down. Everybody around him
wants to fix
him. I feel people say that my area MP is not learned.
Oscar Sudi engineer. Okay.
People say that guy is not learned. And I wonder, if he's not learned, what is he doing in parliament?
You're right.
If he's not learned. I want to give you a very typical example.
Okay.
That guy, people say, is not learned. But Mkarabati, as per me, I think he went to school. Because he speaks, there is what we call, there are different
wisdom
types.
And
wisdom,
education.
Knowledge,
wisdom,
and
education.
Wisdom, they are different.
Sure.
Knowledge is knowing what to say.
Okay.
Wisdom is knowing where to say
and
how to say what you know.
Okay.
Where to say
so
what you know. So where
do you rank Oscar Sudi?
Okay. Oscar Sudi is wise. He's a very wise man.
Matthew said that if they take government under the Rigiji regime, they will lock up Oscar Sudi in a primary school for 7 years. You saw that?
That will not happen. That will not happen. You know, it is very hard to control a rich person.
Okay.
It's so hard to control a rich person.
Yes.
You must have maybe equal measures. Plus, I want to tell you one reason why Oscar Sudi will always win in Kapsaret.
Okay.
He is always I have supported one of my friends a couple of times to see if he will win. You know why he will always beat them? Because he's much into humanity. He's a humanitarian. He will come and then he will listen to your problems. He's barely at home.
Okay.
But if Sudi comes, everybody knows Sudi is
There's an
home.
impact of his coming.
Because his coming is not only seen, the coming of that person is always felt. Okay. Look at the empowerment he did. People say, I was there personally. You know why? I was not given a motorbike. I had submitted my details. You get? But I was given nothing. Nothing. I was given nothing. I ran a community-based organization in Kapsaret constituency called Hope Safaris Empowerment. Okay. And what we have done is visible. But we were not given anything. Okay. Have you ever heard me go to the media and say the system was corrupt? We never received things. Personally, I submitted my name. I did not. You know why?
I saw some Kisumu guy claim that they went to State House.
That is State House. That is State House. You see? And now we were following up and Karen Nyamu was called. Okay. Madam Karen Nyamu was called and then she was asked, hey, madam, so-and-so says that those things, according to the experience I have with how engineer did it, those things are not done like that. You go with your stomach and then they dish out. Hey, you have arrived. Pick your motorcycle. No.
There's a channel.
Something has to be planned.
There's a registration.
You have to. You are not just registered.
You have to be a group.
You can be given something as a group. Okay. Or there are things given to individuals. You get. So you need to register. Bring your group certificate. You get your membership list. Your members. That is how it was done in Kapsaret. And then you locate the ward you are from. Oyoo. Then the name of the contact person. These things are collected. Then the vetting team will vet that this group and this group are from this ward, are from this ward. Okay. The total amount you are expecting is this amount. We need to award this and this. Tell me, they say Sudi did not go to school. How did he do that?
I understand.
How did he do that? How did somebody who they say is a class 3 dropout say that this thing should be scaled in this manner, and everybody, they say there is a piki azikupeano. You know what he did? He later went for a follow-back option for around after 3 weeks. Okay. And Auliza, ulipewa piki, how do you feel? So you saw the response. Sure. We want such people to come back to the society. Sure. Sudi is paying fees. I'm sorry to talk much of him. He's paying fees to almost all day school students in Kapsaret constituency. You don't need to gamble. You only go there and then he says, oh, your fees is between 6,000 to 7,000. How many are you? Then that money is channeled to that school.
Okay.
Even if he does not pay, those students are not sent out of school. You know why? Because they entrust him that immediately gets it, he will remit it to them. You get? We want leaders that you don't only need to be vocal in parliament.
Okay.
You get? We are looking for leaders. Again, I want MC Catalan, let me say this. I want to challenge the young people.
Please.
As a youth activist. I want to say, we are not going to elect young people. You are not going to elect me, Jevin Oyoo Kasam, in 2027 because I'm young.
Okay.
Don't elect me in 2027 because I'm a youth. You see? Don't elect me in 2027 because I know majority of young people.
Sure.
Look at what I have to offer. They are old people who have the interest of young people at heart.
Sure.
And they are dealing with the young people. I want to give you another
It's about understanding what the young people want.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't elect me because I'm young. You don't elect me because I'm
Age
youth.
doesn't matter.
It does not matter. That is not a qualification
for leadership.
For leadership.
Okay.
And I want to tell you, prove to you again, the enemy of the youth is the youth. Come to Siaya. Siaya, the largest population of Siaya is youth, around 350,000.
You're right.
Is youth. You get?
But the leadership system is the elderly.
The governor is around 80 plus.
The youth leader who is the senator.
The youth leader 80 plus. The women representative 70 plus. You get? And the majority of people who are voting here are the young people.
You're right.
Definitely the enemy of the young people is the young people. You don't tell me you will vote somebody who is 88 years of age. I'm not saying it's bad to vote somebody who is 88 years of age. It's not bad.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
But if you can have the whole executive of a county to be people above the age of 80 or 70 something plus, people who have retired, then...
Jevin, let us be practical and realistic. In order to rise to a political position, you need money.
Yeah.
Most of the youth currently, in as much as empowerment is going on, most of them don't have the financial muscle to rise to those political seats. So definitely we'll go for handouts.
And that's why I have a plan. I've located a very good plan for 2027.
Okay.
And it's a program that we are running so far. So I came up with an idea that what can we do towards 2027?
Okay.
You know me, I'm not somebody who speaks. I speak too much and everybody who knows me know about
But you speak
it.
and act. Huh?
But I want an action to prove that anasema kumi bila break. What is he doing towards it? You see, I'm educating people to go to kumi bila break.
Okay.
So I have a plan for young people in 2027. Anybody between the age of 30, the age of 30 to 32, a fresh graduate from university or a few years graduate from university who is eyeing for any political position without resources, we are going to pull up across Kenya. You get? We are only looking for small financial muscle. We are going to rally about Kenya, register everyone who have done at least 2 or 5 meetups in the area of interest that you're vying for. If you want to be an MCA, lazima ukue pale, you've gone to the ground, umeenda ground. Si eti kuenda kutuwekea poster Facebook eti ndio tujue eti wewe sasa ni MCA. Unaona? Tunataka kuona umefanya nini ground. Once we see you've done something, we are going to take your name. You see, we record your name, your contact, and your ID, and the position you are interested in.
When you talk about we, who is we? Kindly clarify.
We.
Yeah.
We is people of interest. I don't want to say Jevin Oyoo Kasam. I'm going to take your
okay, carry on.
Personally, me as Jevin Kasam, I'm also suffering like a church mouse.
Okay,
you see, when many people, when many people, poor people come together, or people with the middle income, you know, we can frustrate the rich.
You're very right, very right.
We can frustrate the rich because the history of bringing resources is we want to bring the Harambe spirit.
Let us go back to the aspirants. Yeah. You've taken the details. You've taken note of whatever they're doing on the ground. What comes next?
So we want to pull them together. We want to pull the young people with different political ambitions together. Those with the resources and those without resources. Then we want to tell them, we don't care the party that you're going to run with.
Yes.
But we want to help you. We want to help each other.
Okay.
You get? To clinch these political positions. Because
Kebaso Morara tried that.
No, that guy did not try anything. That guy was collecting resources to go and reveal what the government was not doing.
Are you attacking? Are you attacking a
I'm not attacking a youth. The enemy of the
Morara was front.
I'm not attacking any youth. Morara used to collect money and convince us that the government is not working. And that is, I'm going to counterattack what he did. I'm also going to collect money.
You have evidence that he was collecting money.
Yeah. I'm going. Ukutuma.
I know sikutumia mara pesa. No, me I don't want to.
Ukuweka WhatsApp hata 10?
No.
Oh, so that is not a problem. Collecting money is not a problem.
Okay.
As long as he was using it for a given cause.
Okay.
So I was challenging the PS the other time we were talking, and I was telling him, why don't you think you people, you can also decide and get somebody also to show us what you are doing? Because you've done a lot of things and nobody knows about them because nobody told us about them. You get?
Yeah.
So what we are going to do is this. We are going to pull up.
Okay.
So imagine we collect more than, let's say, around 10,000 aspirants
from across the country.
Across Kenya.
Okay.
So we say out of the 10,000, 4,000 are well off. They can budget for their campaigns, they can get posters, they can do everything.
Okay.
So what we are going to say, we are going to map them per county.
Okay.
So to say, we are going to Kapsaret constituency.
Okay.
How many youth leaders, how many comrades are here vying for different positions? Then we note them down. Okay. Then the 10,000 of us, we sit down and plan to go and rally for these specific people. To say, wiki tuko Kapsaret.
Is this a single political party, or this is just everybody within their own outfit?
We are not going to campaign for you on the basis of your political party.
Okay.
We are coming to campaign for you on the basis of a young man. Because, when we come, let's say, out of the 10,000, only 100 or 200 pulls up. Out of wallet 5,000 yetu wenye walikuwa na pesa. Okay. So we get 100 vehicles. Okay. Coming to campaign for me in Langas as the MCA.
Okay.
You see, we will already given attention. We don't even need resources to mobilize people. Come. Right. They will see that caravan and then they will pull up.
Yeah.
The next week, we are going to another sub-county. The next week, we are going to another county, another sub-county. Okay. And by the time we'll be rallying for 2 months, people will have already known there is a movement of young people that is vibrant. Yes. They will not only see us. Okay. You see? Yeah. We are used to talking and putting no actions. Sure. But they will also see us move around. And that we are in the plan of doing that. So what we are doing right now is rallying the young people and our program that is called Vijana Ninguzo Movement. Sure. This is a renowned movement, a vibrant, the only moving movement in Uasin Gishu as we speak. We have spreaded our wings to Bomet. Yes. We are spreading our wings to Elgeyo Marakwet. And we are also planning to spread our wings to Migori in the coming months.
Jevin, there's a young man out there that is currently watching MC Lang the Influencer Show, and he wants to hear. A young man who's just finished school and they have nothing to do. They're not into employment because there's job scarcity. What did you tell them?
Do you know what I do for a living?
No.
I don't shout online every time. I don't follow politicians every time. I'm omba once in a while. Okay. But so tell me, before I met the president, did I meet the president Shaggy?
No.
When I met the CS, was I Shaggy?
No.
Meaning I was doing something. My father died couple of years back, and hata watu wenye wananijua wananitanga yatima. Mimi hivyo ndo naenda kwa ofisi mkubwa. Mimi ni yatima. Tafadhali baba alikufa nihurumie. That is what I do. But they know I'm a very good landscaper. Okay. I do landscaping, I do cabro installation, I do channel alignment, and everybody in Eldoret knows that that is what I do. In the morning utanipata na tools zangu nimebeba pale because I've studied building construction technology. Nice. So when we are waiting to get for these jobs, as an engineer who have graduated, nobody will come to your house and tell you, engineer, now come, niko na job, we come, engineer, uko kwa nyumba, unala, kuja bana, kuna jara, unacheki, unafaa uende base fulani, uwezi niambia we ni engineer na kwa M-Pesa.
Kwanza lazima ujuane na ma-engineers wenzako.
Uwezi, utajua engineer kwa M-Pesa.
Razi.
Rada gani? Unafanya nini M-Pesa? Unafanya, okay, let's say you've done interior design. Na uko kwenu, uko kwenu uko reserve, uko kwetu, tuseme uko kwetu uko, tuseme you are the interior part of Kapsaret. Ndani, kuna interior part of Kapsaret uko ndani.
Mala hata kuna network.
Kapsaret smart, ndani. Kabisa uko ndani. Alafu umefanya interior design uko. We kazi yako ni kuambia watu bwana, unajua hiyo interior design ile collab. Hiyo hapo ni collab. Hapo, we usinione na saa zingine mtu umebeba ni mtu anafanya kazi kwa M-Pesa, hata hiyo interior hana haja nayo. Unaona?
Hata juu nini?
Hiyo ndio shida ya youth. Unaona? Kama umefanya mjengo,
be
at the right place where you can be found. Unaona? We are urging the young people that opportunities will find you at the right places. Unaona? Opportunities will find you on the right position. You see, you don't tell me umefanya journalism na ujakuja hapa kwa Katalang kuomba kazi. Si hata kuomba kazi, kumwambia tu buda unijaribu. No, youth don't want volunteering jobs, which is very okay because life is again too expensive for us. You get. But somebody kuna wenye wanatupima, they want to see you volunteering so that they see penye wanaweza kukue. We utaki volunteering jobs. Or they will give you a start payment of maybe 5,000 kukusoma tu, and then later they'll top something to you. My advice to every young person that has no job outside there. If you've gone to school, you've taken a given course, avail yourself. And this advice is more so to the people who have gone to polytechnics. Avail yourself on the line of duty. Kama we ni plumber, tafuta ta plumber huko wa ushago. Because you'll have done diploma, you don't even know how to bend a pipe. You don't know how to bend a pipe. And you're in your home. You
only have the theoretical aspect.
Yeah, the theory. You know this for a retaining wall, the basis of constructing a retaining wall. But you don't know how to construct the actual retaining wall. No. You only know that way. This is the rationing for the mixing of that concrete to build that retaining wall. But if you are told, here is now the plan. Now give me the retaining wall. You are not in a position to. So let the young people be available on their line of study.
Jevin, you're just finishing school, I believe. You're in which year?
I cleared school last month.
You cleared school last month. The only thing you asked from the president was lunch. You didn't ask for a job. I'm wondering why.
I have a job.
Oh, you already have a job already?
I don't need a job. People have been calling me, and then people texted me and said, "Oh, you are very stupid. You can get a chance to talk to the head of state." I did not only talk to the head of state over the TV, over that microphone. He even called me and we talked.
Okay.
And I still did not ask him for a job. So anybody can ask him.
You blatantly refused to ask the president for a job.
I again refused.
And you know he can offer you a job.
Yeah, because everybody will be like, oh, huyo wacha. Huyo kijana hata kama alifaulu tu juu aliomba president kazi. It's now up to the president to see that anafaa kunipea kazi. Unaona?
Ajijazie.
Ajijazie. Huyo kijana pia. Pia amejaribu. Wacha tuweke huko. Si eti mimi ndo naomba president, mimi ndio niliongea na wewe na kuomba. I can show you my chat with the president.
Okay.
I've never asked, I did not ask him for a job.
Okay.
But I texted him and told him, sir, I'm the one who met you and you promised to call me.
Okay.
Guess what? Immediately after seeing that text,
he called back.
It was 8 in the morning.
Okay.
Then he will like, where? Nilisema nitakupigia. I was definitely going to call you. So what's up?
Nice.
You know, that again shows you.
What does that tell you about the president of the Republic of Kenya? Someone you text and then he calls you back immediately. It rarely happens with presidents that we had before.
Yeah.
Because protocols definitely are very, cumbersome.
Then what he did, I pitched him a program.
Oh, okay.
I told him, sir, now, this is what we've done. And we are in the process of doing this and this. Actually, my organization got grants. So when I tell something to the president, I'm not talking to him for formality. I have an organization that operates, we do youth empowerment. Okay. So we've done until an organization noticed what we were doing and they wanted to give us grants. Okay. You get? Yeah, sure. We only lacked one thing. That is the African Compliance Certificate. And that thing is like around $356. True. So that's around 48,000.
Sure.
So we did not have that money. The resources we had in the organization was limited. Okay. Sisi ni wale watu wawe, mi ni omba tangu kitambo. Okay. And even if you look at my page, you'll see me dealing with a lot of street kids, school empowerment, because that is my thing. You get? Yeah, sure. But despite that, bado mi naenda site na napanga kabro. Engineer Henry will tell you.
Wait, tunapanga kazi uchaguliwe kama watu wengine?
No, they
job lazima watu wachaguliwe.
Wanachagua watu because they know that Engineer Henry is the one who big up to Engineer Henry, okay? Sure. That is the guy who introduced me. Immediately after graduating, he told me, "We nilimomba 300." You know what Henry did? He told me, "We unataka 300? Kesho asubuhi tupatane Langa stage."
Kuja job.
Tupatane. So mimi niko zile za 300 buda.
Nataka kutembea mtu mzima.
In cash nini? So I wait and in the morning, then he told me alikuwa na kanduthi. He told me, "Wewe buda,
ingia mboka."
Niseti nyuma.
Acha.
Nakaya beba saruru. Sasa kufika site kaniambia nataka ulime hapa. Unajua sasa mimi nafanya diploma year 2 building. Nataka ulime hapa utoe hiyo topsoil uweke huko. So he will teach me and say, "Hey, umeacha kwenu nyumbani hujailima. Kwenu haulimi
unakuja kulimia hapa
unakuja kulimia town watu." So I did that. So alikuwa naona passion. Boy anajituma. Kaniambia nataka nikupromote bwana. Nakupea so sita. So sita nikapiga kaniambia sasa
hiyo ni mboka day mzima.
Mboka tu day mzima na nipiga sita.
Okay.
Na bado hiyo sita saa zingine anipei siku 3. Ananiambia wewe nitakujazia gas sawa, wewe kuja tu bado. Then after days he told me now I want you to be a fundi but you're not paid as a fundi. Uko teaching practice. Unapata. So that is how I did and that is how I used to panga those things and I do that job perfectly lately.
So, ulikuwa intern kwa MJE?
Kwa MJE. Na nilikuwa najengwa. That is what youths don't want. You want to submit letters and be given a job. You will even give me subcontract and say, where it is the 56 square meters, you end at ujikulie. I was in year 2, but I'd already gotten like 3 subcontracts from the same guy.
Sure.
You get?
Yeah,
so these are things that I don't go to. Because you don't find my TikTok account, you don't find me doing those things. Does not mean I don't do them. And I think I should start posting to people what I do.
Yes, exactly.
What I do.
So that you know exactly why you didn't ask the president for a job.
Jevin,
as we finish up, I want to talk about something that is so sensitive right now.
Yeah.
Now, there is that bit of the NGCDF going back to, to counties. I don't know what your take is on what your take on that is, because now the MPs are going to live a different lifestyle. The MPs are not going to be concerned about development, especially from their constituencies. Do you think it is the right time for governors to have that CDF kitty? Because we've had also senators grill governors for mismanaging funds.
One thing I want to say, counties are so big.
Okay.
Look at what's in Gishu. We are having around I think 6 sub-counties.
Okay, sure.
Come to Homa Bay County, we are having around 8 sub-counties. So if you want to take the CDF money, combined of all the 6 sub-counties, and give it to one person, is that not greed?
Okay.
Not even necessarily greed. That is the lowest level of revolved funds. I think that was the main formation of revolution.
That is what the ODM party leader wants. Because he feels like the MPs should not be concerned about development and oversight at the same time. Are you trying to call Raila Odinga greedy?
No, that is the suggestion of I don't say my party leader. You underestimate me. You don't.
I'm not trying to fix you.
No, you see. Then you don't underestimate me.
That is what Baba wants.
Forget Baba. I know what Baba wants. Bana, I'm the ODM youth leader Kapsaret constituency.
Nice.
Do you know how I won that seat? That is something I don't want to talk to. And being called an ODM youth representative at my age when I had no 5,000 to pay for the kitty.
But if you walk around with goons, definitely you'll have anything you want.
My boys are not goons. Those are just honest people who want to see their boys succeed.
Tell us about NGCDF going back to counties.
So I want to say, I feel it should remain at the constituency level.
Okay.
You know why? Because at the constituency level, we can monitor it.
Okay.
Then we have the Senate doing the oversight job.
Okay.
You get? So it is, I think, what they should do is ensure that the Senate oversees the progress of the money.
Okay.
But again, bringing that money to the county level, and then you want the MP and the Senate to follow it up, I think that is not going to be.
That is what your party leader wants. Are you going against your party leader?
So my party leader is a sober man. Raila is a sober man. Yeah. And for also him to see into something, maybe he also has his own reasons of saying things. Okay. But you asked for my humble opinion. Okay, sure. I'm not talking on behalf of my party leader. My party leader is so big to an extent that I cannot even touch his laces. You get? That is right. That is an old man who has been existing. Right. He has experience over time. Yeah. Me, I only came here the other day. True. I'm not in a position maybe to add. I'm only in a position. I want you to give me the implications of sending CDF to counties and retaining them at Let me now give you. We have the county bursary funds. You get? Yeah. And the county bursary funds. Are they constitutional? The governor's bursary is not constitutional. It is not constitutional, right? But at a point, they always give it from their own sourcings. You get? Out of goodwill. They can barely benefit like 200 people. Right. You get? You know what people always complain and say, hey, bana, bursary ni ya pesa kidogo sana. You able calculate if you only have 1,000 people applying for this bursary and you are giving each of them 5,000. That is 5 million. 5 million. You get? Yeah. That is 5,500,000. You get 5 people. You get 1,000 people. Each of them 5,000. You want pesa ngapi? 5 million. And how many people award a constituency has how many students, if you may approximate? So many, both in secondary, and then the one that are given to the tertiary learning institutions, again, is different. You get? So if you take this burden and give it to a governor, I think it's going to be too hefty for him to handle. Let the governor do what they used to do. You get? And let the MPs use what they do. But again, if the MPs are not using this money for what it is meant for, then script it off and give it to the governors.
I like that. Now, the only bit that we are having is that the political wing of it is that so many MPs who are eyeing the governor's seat could be using the CDF to, to make things.
Oh, wapenye.
Yeah?
Grounds are.
I don't know whether your party leader is trying to weaken MPs and, strengthen, governors.
The governors.
Yes. That is the political bit of it.
Mm-hmm. But I don't like, but the very moment Kenyans will stop mixing development with politics, we'll be at a very big place. That is the problem we're having. We don't know what is politics and we don't know what is development.
I want us to finish by telling us what you believe about President Ruto in terms of the new President Ruto we have, especially after the Gen Z eruption. Is this somebody who has, changed his ways like we used to see him, or is this somebody who is still where we used to see him? I want us to take 1 minute before we wrap this up.
Let me crown this up. His Excellency William Samoei Otieno Ruto. That is this name I gave him lately because of that's the name I gave the president lately. And I think he should begin embracing this name. Because the Mulima people are running away from the president. A number of the Mulima people. So as the Luos, we have decided to embrace him. Yeah. So we saw, because these people don't want to maybe take care of him, because those people have gone through development. Sure. Anybody will see how those places are a little bit developed. We can barely calculate the number of the kilometers of tarmac roads in Nyanza, and then you'll be shocked they are so low. You get? So I want to say this, and humble tech. Now I'm not shouting because I know what to do. I know when I'm an activist and when I'm despising wisdom, when I'm a sober Kenyan, on my humble opinion. What President Ruto needs, first, before I go to the main thing in a minute, he needs positive people around him who tells him the truth. Secondly, he needs people who also bring to limelight what the president is doing. And I will take that task upon myself the same way Morara Kebasu did, walking around showing what they did not do. I also want to show you from next month what the president has done that you've never seen. So I want to say, President William Ruto, people have made him a better person. Because all we do to this guy is insult the president lately. Even if you are asking for something, you insult who you are asking something from. You get? Which has made him so bitter. But as a good leader, he still insists if he gets a platform. I wish Kenyans would look at the program of the president on a daily basis. You will know that guy, I think he barely catches sleep. Because he's from this place, he's from this place, he's from this place, and all he's doing is talking to Kenyans. And also launching a few projects. Talking to Kenyans alone is an impact and a surety of goodwill. So if we can get positive people around the president, positive people who tells the president, sir, this is right, and also positive people who congratulate for the president for what he has done good. Like now, look, the nyota is going to be given to people. Nyota fan. Inaenda kupewa, it's halfway done. 100,000 Kenyans receiving 50,000. How much is that? That is a good number of beneficiaries. You see, the little amount you get, you put it into something. It can push you. So let us learn to, when the president is doing a good thing, to say, sir, this and this, we clapping for you. This and this is not okay. And if it's not okay, to say, when mjinga bwana, president, when umbwa, nini, your father like son, nini, no. You tell him, this is not correct. You get? In other words, it should be done this way and this way. That is what the Gen Zs, as the Gen Zs, we failed to do. Sisi we believe on, kaende. Ufanyi, tunakutusi, tunakwambia uwezi. Utukujie nini. Then ukisha kujiwa, mimi nayo sitaki kukujiwa. Unaona? But if we get a good way to package what we want to the president. So imagine if that day I met him. Just a practical example. Ningemwambia, Kasongo, we nini hapo? Tumekusoma sana we Kasongo. Utoboi we 2027 unaenda nyumbani. Unaona? But nilimwambia sir, if you don't listen to the voters, you listen to the returning officer.
Which was okay.
You get? Now, if you don't do what we want, the returning officer will surprise you. You get? So do what we want. What we want, number one, Kenya is blah, blah. You get?
So in as much as we do not like certain things about the presidency or governance, we also have to respect the same presidency.
Yeah, the president listens.
Okay.
I want to confirm to every Kenyan, the president listens.
Okay.
But if there is any information that does not get to him, then maybe somebody tampered in between.
Okay.
Because if he called me, I believe he listens. Because he had a choice of not calling me. Okay. After all, what was calling me going to benefit him? True. And again, after all, if calling me was not going to benefit him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can be here for the whole day. Now that has been Jevin Oyoo Kasam, anajiita comrade. Amekuwa hapa ndani ya MC Lang the Influence Show, and I believe that we'll return here next time. Sema tukutane hapa wakati president atakuwa anapishwa tena kwa mara nyingine kwa for a second time. Thank you bro for coming, and you're always welcome to come to the show.
Yeah, I want to tell people to keep watching.
Yeah.
This is the best place. This is the only studio where you'll come and meet kila mtu hapa ni kijana. Hadi caretaker.
Thank you for coming, my G. Asante sana. Turus.